AI prediction for 2026, D. Come on, hit it. Let's go. AI prediction 2026.
So the moon.
The moon, baby.
No, I think as you guys have said before, we're just gonna for us as a business, we're trying to utilize. Obviously, construction is slower moving in AI than most sectors. We're on the pulse with it, mainly from an admin point of view, though, and like helping efficiencies. But nothing dramatically for us is going to happen in terms of AI for the next 12 months.
Okay, then let me hit you with this last one because you'll probably have to go. And then me and Stu will answer both of them. What do you think happens to property gurus in the face of AI?
I think there'll be more gurus.
Interesting.
I think there'll be more of them.
Gurus. So
Yeah,
you
I
think
think
there'll
there'll
be
be
lower
more
costs
of them. I think
they'll be more
because
competitive.
there's already a low barrier to entry anyway. But if you think what AI will do, it will help improve their efficiency of marketing, improve their efficiency of copywriting, help them structure their thought process. I think there's going to be a lot more gurus publishing books just off the back of AI, and then you just read through and change the words. I think there'll be a lot more training programs, a lot more marketing stuff, and it's all going to be AI driven. A lot more automatic funnels, and it's just going to be more of them because there's a low barrier to entry to sell a training course. All you need to do, I'm going to simplify it. I know there's a lot to it, but if I wanted to start selling courses, I could literally get off the phone now and start. That's a low barrier to entry business, and AI will really just help more people do those types of businesses. It might saturate the market, but
I was going to say it might
question.
drive costs down, though, right? It might drive some costs down. They can't charge 12
Yeah,
grand,
yeah,
then they might be charging
yeah.
3 grand instead. You know what I mean? All right,
Yeah,
cool. All right,
yeah.
me and Stu will do the same thing. But for now, D, thank you, mate. Catch your train.
Yes, have a good
Enjoy
week, D.
London. Have a good week, mate.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. Well, au
See you,
revoir.
mate.
AI prediction for 2026. Thinking market impacts, Stu. What do you reckon?
I hope that there is some software that comes out that I can just plug my internet in, my email, my phone book, my text messages, all my Instagrams, all my social medias into one agent that just basically runs my life for me, tells me what I'm doing, where I should go, how to use my time more efficiently. A bit like when Facebook turned up and like it just changed the way that we would all communicate. I'm hoping that if it's 2026, 2027, I'm just waiting for that massive aha bit of software that goes, right, plug me in. I would want total ownership of it, which is the other problem. And that's what blockchain helps, is that basically I would buy a piece of real estate on a blockchain that allows me to have ownership of everything on there. So no central government can control and see everything I'm doing. It's all done through blockchain technology. And I can't wait for the day where you just plug everything in and it'll go, right, you need to do this at 10:30, this at 12 o'clock. The best use of time would be to go and do that by 1 o'clock, move this to 1:30 and just get the most out of it. I mean, some people think it's brain numbing and it's taken a lot of it's taken the manual pressure off of the business. I think that will change the way that we all operate and communicate forever, which will be great because it will obviously free up. You'll see all your gaps in your schedule and go, well, actually, you've got another 40% capacity here. What do you want to do? You want to go fishing or go for a run? Or do you want some quality time with your daughter? What do you want to do with it? And that will just help you give ultimately a better quality of life.
Those toolkits for efficiency gains are definitely going to be a massive. They're just going to keep improving things. I think a slightly quirky prediction, which is again another inevitable, but I think we're going to see the first signs of white collar knowledge workers, accountants, solicitors, brokers, bankers, analysts. We're going to start to see those guys get scared. Doesn't mean there's going to be less of them. It means the price competitiveness of their salary is going to be challenged. And I don't think we're going to see loss of jobs there just yet, because as this technology gets cheaper, there'll be more of a demand from companies like me and you will be able to afford an analyst then. It'll be like affording an admin who's leveraged by an AI toolkit. So it doesn't mean we'll have less analysts, but I think we'll start to see them push back against what was once, an intellectual pursuit and prowess to now a commoditized, very straightforward toolkit you can plug in, where you still want a human engagement with it. So it doesn't necessarily mean a loss of jobs, but I think we'll see a pushback from that knowledge work, white collar sector who are kind of going, what the I trained for 7 years to be a solicitor, and now a paralegal can come in and use this all-knowing AI, and it's basically just as good as I am, or it's better. So I now can't get paid that pound per hour that I used to be able to get,
And
and I
knows
have the
more.
cachet of this law firm. And yeah, exactly. So I think we're going to start to see those signs, and that's going to really start to shift economics of businesses, because the access to the best legal practices and accountants is going to be readily abundant.
And on the flip side, the blue collar jobs are gonna triple,
Exactly.
quadruple,
Plumbers.
6x in value. Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone will become a plumber again, and then
Yeah.
universities and colleges will become more manual based. Things that AI can't do are the 21st century jobs to be doing. You know, you can
Yeah.
charge
The
£1,000 a day to go
humanities.
and fix a leaky tap.
Yeah, labor and humanity, as in labor with your hands, and the humanities are going to become massive sectors again, like as in terms of pound per hour. And then, what do you think happens to property gurus in the face of AI? We've heard Dee's interpretation, which I think is a good one. What do you think?
Yeah, it was a good point. I was thinking, oh, it surely eliminates the gurus, gurus in inverted commas, gurus that aren't gurus, that just are very surface level, understand the theory behind property development, and then just leverage and sell the very shallow level of what the system is. That development level is worthless. You can learn it on YouTube. It's the depth and the knowledge of being on site, learning with real life problems, that is where the value's at, and that's what people see in the network. And what they join is they want to hear the stories and the horror stories and the things that went wrong, and the how did you get yourself out of it. And I think AI will help that surface level. It'll pull the pants down on people who haven't got any depth about them and go, well, you can learn all this quite quickly. So what are you actually selling? What is your service for 3 grand or 12 grand or
Yeah.
1,500 quid? I mean, I don't agree with any of it. I think that, you know, you should cover your time if you're consultancy, but don't package up surface level bullshit and then try and sell it. It doesn't help
Yeah.
anyone.
I think I agree with D that more people may try it, but I think it's just going to massively erode the margins because of a more supply demand, isn't it? More people, more offerings, the cheaper it gets. And I think what we'll see is people really looking for the ground up network type of model, where it's a support model. It's not about learn this theory, good luck, out into the world you go, thanks for your 12 grand. That stuff's just going to be easy to understand. The hard bit is you're on site and you're dealing with nuance and you're dealing with difficulty, and you want experienced people who can give you that support, and in just in business and in hiring and just key decisions. And I think that's where we're playing into the hands of AI, and the dissemination of intelligence and knowledge in our sector nicely, because we're offering a low value ticket where people come in and get support. That's what they're there for, a support and a network of trusted resources, as opposed to here's like some gamified 10-hour theoretical course on something that you yourself haven't even done, Mr. Guru. You're just taking it from a theory book, or you might have done one development, realized it was really difficult, and went, do you know what? I'll just take some of that high level stuff and I'll teach it, as opposed to where's your scars and your war stories, where you've got, just all these nuggets you can peel off from experience and pain. And that's what I think people are going to really want. They're going to want people like us who are transparent, happy to say, look, mate, you're in a shit situation. Like, you're going to really struggle getting out of this one. So behave defensively and do this and put this provision in instead. That's what you're going to have to do. It's not necessarily you're going to make £1 million and get a Ferrari. Like, all that stuff I think is going to be washed away a bit over the next.
Selling training courses is 1,000 times easier than being a property developer, like at least 1,000. But basically, for the people that I've seen on Instagram and all the rest of it, they're the storytellers. They sell this theoretical. This is what can happen. All this money you can make, but you just pay me 1,500 quid to 12 grand for me to tell you a story. And thanks for that, because I'll fly my private plane and buy my Lamborghini with your money. You can go and take all the risks. Thank you very much. And they just rinse, repeat, and it's just.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never been on one, so I don't know what they're like, but I can just tell by the stories that come out, and then they go, "Well, I didn't understand what sang was, or I didn't understand what the seal was. I didn't know how to pay for this." It's like, come on, man, this is like level one. This is level one theory. It's fine to not know it, but don't charge someone for what you do know, which is very shallow, and not actually have any depth about the subject you're talking about.
It's good for market entrance. People who have no idea about property, it's good to go and do a course. Like, of course it is. Go and read some books and things like that. It shouldn't cost you 12 grand, but it's good to go and consume a load of knowledge so you understand the strategies. You get a basic understanding of the product, of the model. It's the same if you went into any sector. Like that is a good thing. But I think AI is just going to make that so cheap that you don't need to do that.
You shouldn't have to pay for it. Yeah.
Yeah, you're not going to need to pay for, like, Grok can give you
Exactly.
nowadays,
Yeah.
or ChatGPT can give you that. It's the support. It's that actually I've committed capital to a project, and now I've come up with this issue, and It's how you deal with that issue, because yeah, you can have a theory on how to deal with it, but there might be 10 different ways to deal with it. And what's best for your position and your capital and your resources, and like it's just so nuanced that the support aspect is where I think the money will be made in the guru world, which ultimately
If
they can't do because they're gurus.
if Grok can tell you your legal position of where you stand in a situation and give you 3 different alternatives better than a solicitor can, it can certainly explain what a BRR is.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Hell.